Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Joey again. You're watching VegasDtech, and today guys, it is Tech Talk Tuesday. Not TikTok, but Tech Talk. It is 100 and about 114 degrees out here today, and since it's so hot, it would only be fitting that I bring to you a hot e-bike review. And today guys, we're gonna be looking at one. It is the X50 by Jansno e-bikes. Now, Jansno was kind enough to send me this bike to review. There's a lot to uncover here, specs, features, performance, and everything. But before we get into all that, guys, let's go ahead and let me show you what you get out of the box and what it took to assemble it. So let's go. And that's about it, guys. All together. Like I said, the majority of the time, the hardest part that you're going to get is trying to figure out the front end, because all the assembly that has to be done by you has to be done on the front end. The wheel had a special quick release lever that I've never had on any other bike. All my other bikes needed to have actual nuts. This one here has a quick release, which is going to make it very fast to take that wheel off, man. It's going to make this thing a lot easier to transport, we can pull this wheel off at any time and get it into tight spots. That's really, really nice. Big juicy battery, man. I wasn't expecting these turn signals. When I looked in the box, I was like, I have extra wires here, and it turned out to be for these turn signals. First e-bike I have ever seen that's actually got turn signals on it. I've seen this headlight before, which is really awesome. It's got like the daytime running lights, which is on the outside, and the LED on the inside. And I'm very, very anxious, man, to get this thing out in the road. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quality on it, go over every nut and bolt, make sure everything is torqued and tight, make sure all of the electrical is up, connected, and working good, charge up this battery, and we will get it out there tomorrow and take a look and see just what this X50 can do. So along with the bike, Jansno also provided a couple of extra bonus things. So we have the battery charger over here. We also got a phone mount. Cool, to mount it to your handlebars. Bicycle pump. Keep this along with you here. You never know when you're going to get a flat. Nice. Like a face scarf, neck scarf, whatever. Bike lock. Okay, bike lock. Hex toolkit. Very nice. All kinds of varying sizes there. And a couple of extra wrenches to go along with it. All included as extra freebies. Alrighty guys, well, let's take a look at some of the features and benefits you get from this bike. Starting with the battery, you're looking at a 48 volt 12.8 amp hour LG battery cell. It comes with a 750 watt motor. I see a 7 sprocket Shimano cassette with a Shimano Tourney derailleur system. Also comes with 20-inch wheels. Looks like they're made by CFT BFT, 20-inch by 4. Reflectors included. Alrighty guys, so overall dimensions here, we're looking at 64 inches from wheel to wheel, 47 inches from wheel to handlebar. The height here on the seat, as you can see here, there's no adjustability to the seat. It's going to be 31 inches from the ground to the top of that seat. So I'm 6 feet tall, and for me guys, I gotta jump up on my tiptoes to get up on it. So if you're smaller than 6 feet with a 31-inch rise, you might wanna look at a different model. Also guys, let's take a look at the suspension. It does come with the rear shock suspension here, manual type of a suspension. There is no air adjustability to it. Moving to the front, there is no adjustment to the front shocks. Most of these guys have some sort of a compression and a preload. This doesn't come with that. This has the manual springs inside the shock tower, but it does a great job at absorbing the road and all of the potholes that I have come into contact with as I've been riding around on it. The overall batteries here, guys, the distance on the battery, they say that you're going to get between 20 to 40 miles. Now, guys, 20 to 40 miles depends on if you're going to just be hammering on the throttle the whole way, then yeah, you're going to be eating up a whole lot of that battery power. You're probably going to get in the range of like 20 to 30. But if you're combining it with pedal assist, then you should be able to get all of that 40 miles. I personally haven't been able to drain all of the battery on a full charge. I've gotten it down to about 2 batteries, and I've been out on it just about all day long. If we take a look at the lights here, guys, it comes with a humongous headlight. Just take a look at that guy. Now, you're probably not going to be able to see that light. Well, maybe you can, but trust me, at night, this light just lights up that road, makes it glow. I hate the bikes that come with these teeny little lights on there. They're such a pain because you can't see nothing, and I really appreciate having this big guy. It also has a horn integrated into the back here. Also, guys, as we're dealing with lighting here, this thing comes with turn signals. Check that out. I don't know if you could see that. Yep. And then we'll take a look at the other side. There you go. Turn signals. Also, it's in the rear. It's got the integrated turn signal action in the back as well. Very nice. Look at that. And it even comes with a brake switch. And a license plate holder. If we ever happen to register your bikes, you could put a little license plate bracket right there. Fenders. Now, I've seen some guys complain about the fenders, saying that they're kind of floppy, this and that. You know what? If it is floppy, it's floppy, but it does the job. It keeps all the rocks from flapping up and hitting the back of the bike. I don't hear it when I'm riding around. I don't hear that at all. It just flips around back there. I hear no noise. And it has the front one just the same way. It flips around. Simple, cheap design that gets the job done. All right, jumping up here in the top as far as the controls are concerned, we're going to be taking a look. I like these hand grips. Hand grips are nice. I've seen some of the guys complain that the hand grips slide around a lot. I haven't had this one slide around at all. This one's great. It's got the half throttle right here where you spin the throttle back to start the bike up. Coming up to the top, you're going to have the Shimano thumb drive. This is like key in almost every one of the e-bikes that I've seen. They use this exact same thumb drive system here in almost every single bike. The brake system here are going to be manual brakes. Okay, some of these come with hydraulic. These are manual. You're going to see here 160 millimeter rotors with the caliper here. So when you pull up on this brake, you're going to see that action right there. I will say that the brakes could be a little bit better. I can't get the bike to skid or anything like that, but when you combine front and back together, it gets the job done. And we'll test this out here later on in our actual performance testing. Coming up top right here, you're going to see the controls. This is another general controller that you normally see. Headlight, horn, left, right signal. And on here, you're going to have your power assist modes. Up and down to flip you through the different type of assist modes that you go. And it goes all the way up to 5. Down to 1. I've adjusted the speed over to mile per hour, and they say that the maximum mile per hour you're going to get on this bike is about 25 miles per hour. And as you can see, I've been able to get all of 22 miles on it so far. Full charge battery indicator right up in here. Another awesome thing, guys, is the weight of this bike. The bike weighs 82 pounds. Now, once I've reviewed some of these bikes that were over 100 pounds, I really came back to appreciate the weight of this bike. At 82 pounds, spinning this thing around when I'm at a traffic light trying to cross the street, I can just pick it up and spin it around real quick, which makes this thing a very nimble and easy to use bike. And let me show you what I mean by spinning it around. All right, guys, so typically what happens here is that when you get to a stoplight and you hit that crosswalk and you're trying to get across the street, sometimes you got to maneuver the bike. It's pointed this way, but you need to point it that way, or you need to point it this way, and you're not able to get it to rotate. With this bike being as light as it is, all you need to do is to grab back here and just turn the bike around. And now we're faced that way. Or if I want to face that way, just pick it up by the front and just move it around again. Boom. And because the bike weighs practically nothing, it's about the weight of a regular BMX bike. The biggest part of it is going to be this battery. I think the bike weighs around 72 pounds without the battery and 82 pounds complete. So a very nice and light bike. Alrighty, guys, well, that's all the features that I could basically discuss with you. Let's go ahead and get into the performance. We're going to bring it up onto this grade up here. This is going to be the St. Rose Bridge Pass. And it's got a, I believe it's a 25% grade. And I'm going to see if this bike can make it up this 25% grade going up twice under full throttle only and see how it performs. Then we'll come down the other side and test the brakes. All right, so according to the phone, this right here is only about a 10% grade. But let's go ahead and get on the e-bike here and see what it will do. All right, guys, so 8% grade. Strictly throttle. Here we go. Nine miles per hour, 10 miles per hour, 11. Yeah, about 11.5 miles per hour. Going up that grade right there on the first track. All right, second leg, 8%. Throttle only. 7 miles per hour, 8 miles per hour, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I got 13 miles per hour coming up. All right, so let's go ahead and test these brakes coming down. And we're gonna hit it like about right here. All right, guys, so I couldn't get the bike to skid, and I didn't want to risk running into that rail doing this bike test, but you would have to apply. Like I said, these are mechanical brakes here, and I had to apply both of them. So if you apply both your brakes, you know, together, you should have enough stopping power. And I believe that stopping distance there took me about 12 feet. So consider that when you guys are going to be doing some hard braking down grades, you might want to start your braking early, okay? So looking straight down here again, guys, is another 8% grade. Let's take off down here. I'm gonna gun it, and then we get down to the bottom. I'm gonna try to brake before we get to the actual blacktop, okay? Let's go. Braking now. There it goes. Well, it wasn't actually too bad. I mean, you can actually see here. Let me show you. You can see some of the marks right here. So I started my braking right about here. It's a good 30 feet. And you could just see the braking action all the way right up to the back tire. So like I said, guys, I just went ahead and nailed both brakes as tight as I could, a good 30 feet before we actually stopped. Alrighty, guys, so here's where I'm gonna start my speed run. We should have a good block right here. We're gonna be in speed, we're gonna be in power assist level 5. We're gonna give it a go. Let's see what we got. Ready, set, run. 9, 10, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 25. 26. Yeah, 26.2, 26.3. That's about the max that I'm going to be able to get. All right, 26.3. Let's go ahead and bring it around, and we're gonna try it again on the downside. We got a little bit of a downward angle here, so let's see what we can get. Here we go, 12, 13, 14, 19, 21, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29. We got 30.4, 30.5, 30.5, guys. All right. So what I'm seeing there, guys, is that it looked like we had a little bit of an upslope as we were heading out. That got us to what, 26, maybe 27? And then coming back, we had a little bit of a downslope, which gave us 30. So I'm thinking around 28 on an average. We're gonna get like 28 miles per hour on this, on a perfectly flat slope. Not bad, guys. Not bad at all. Yeah, guys, so, you know, the nimbleness of this bike almost makes you want to do a whole bunch of hooligan stuff, you know? The nimbleness and the speed. And that's why I like these moped style bikes because you could do a bunch of nimble stuff. Easily, this is a very easy flickable bike. You could flick it around and just make some really quick little U-turns on it. You know, you get to learn how to utilize your throttle, and it is definitely a game changer for anybody wanting to use this to go to work and back. A 6-mile trip to work and a 6-mile back, no problem at all. I know lots of guys at work that could benefit from a bike like this, especially all the guys that I know that have problems trying to get their driver's license because they have DUIs and such. I mean, DUIs happen, guys. I'm sorry, I don't have one, but I know a few guys at work that do, and you know, they're pretty embarrassed about it. You know, they're always having to ride Uber to work and take the bus and crap, and I'm like, you know what? This thing right here can do 30 miles an hour, and you get your backpack, and you don't need any plates, registration, insurance, none of that crap. Take this thing in, bring your battery inside, charge it up, have a full cell on the way home, and yeah, if you're feeling tired after a long day of work, just use the throttle. You don't have to pedal at all. However, if you do want to pedal, it's there for you. Also, for people that don't have a lot of room in their RVs and so forth like that, they do make foldable bike options, or if you have a small little carrier on the back of your RV, you might want to be able to throw this upon the back. It may not take up as much room as a full-fledged beach cruiser. Those beach cruisers are quite long, quite heavy, but this right here being only 65 inches across, it's just no bigger than a regular BMX bike. But overall, guys, very happy with this Jansno X50. Yes, sir. Very, very fun bike. I could be out here all day on this. 53 years old, man, acting like a hooligan. I don't know very many things that can do that for you, but if something like this can get you out of the house and have you enjoying life again out here in the sunshine, why not, guys? You guys got retirement money and pension? I know a lot of stuff people blow their stuff on, don't do anything for them. Not really. But if this can get you out of the house again and get you exercising and getting your heart rate jumping, hey, why not jump on an e-bike, man? Alrighty, guys, so my final thoughts on this bike. What are the things that I really like about it? First of all, I just like the size and I like the styling. Absolutely wonderful size, man. It's about the size of a BMX bike. The styling is exactly the type of styling that I like. The big rugged wheels, 20x4. The speed is perfectly fine for me, guys. If I can average 28 to 30 miles per hour on this, wonderful. 20 to 40 mile per hour range, depending on if I'm going to be using some of my pedal or if I'm just going to be using all of the throttle, perfectly fine for me. Another thing too that I had a concern with was the way these handlebars were. I wasn't a big fan of it at the time because I just wasn't a big fan of the gull wing, how it swept back. But let me tell you, riding the other bikes where the handlebars were more or less straight out, when I started riding this, it was more relaxed having my arms tilted into where my elbows were kind of like tilted in on me instead of being out like this. It made my arms tired when my elbows were out like this, holding on to the bars out here. But when this, the gull wing style, where it goes out and comes back, my elbows are more relaxed down towards my side. It's a much more comfortable ride. So something that I thought would be bad turned out to be one of the better benefits. And the second thing that I really like about it is the overall weight. I mean, being that this thing is like 82 pounds, it's more along the lines of an actual, you know, mongoose bike that I used to have when I was a kid. and you combine the weight of a BMX bike with the power delivery of a assisted motor, and you've got yourself one heck of a fun bike. So there it is, guys. This is the Jansno X50. A link to this website is down in the description if you'd like to pick this up for yourself. I believe the price on this bike right now is $869, and for $869, guys, you are going to be hard pressed to find another bike in this range that provides to you all the things that I've shown you, all the fun, the form, the function, the styling, everything that you've seen here today for $869. I think this bike is the best bang for your buck that I have seen so far in the bikes that I've reviewed. Is it the best bike for you? I don't know. If it is, great. A link to this bike is going to be down in the description below. If you want to pick up one of these bikes, feel free, have at it. If not, then I will continue looking at other bikes here until I find one that does fit your fancy. So anyways, guys, that's everything that I have for you today on another Tech Talk Tuesday, another e-bike. This is the Jansno X50. Thank you so much for coming out and spending your time with me this afternoon on another 114-degree day. And guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get home, edit this video, and shoot it out for you guys. So you guys be well. This is Joey. You're watching VegasDtech. I'll catch you guys in the next video. You guys be well now. Bye.